I'm so excited. Here comes another one with DIMASH. I'm Rene Urbanovich, and we're going to do Voice Teacher Reacts.
Can't believe what's happening at all. Persuasive we report to fall. We are the ones we know, 'cause we will get blind to the secret one that gives life.
You know, okay, you DIMASH people, I only listened to him the first time because you guys kept saying how amazing he was. And I thought, well, that was a one-time collapse. I had a breakdown. I had people sending me notes about, maybe I need to, meditate or something. My work here is to react to these singers. I'm not holding back. In my daily life, I'm not really allowed to behave like this at the grocery store, but I can do it here. I am letting this guy touch me with his art. So I figured okay, I'm excited. I'll do another one. Okay, this is already getting to me. He's already getting to me. The sacred womb that gave us life, is that the earth? And he starts with such a tiny voice. And I already know it's going to get big because I know. So already I'm taken in by the lyrics, by that soft, beautiful voice. And then there's some video going on in the background that's got me. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I'm Rene Urbanovich. This is Voice Teacher Reacts. We're doing DIMASH, the story of one sky. And I'm going to take it back just a hair. And thanks for joining. Here we go. We are causing all this pain to the sacred womb that gave us life. He's so spiritual. Billions. And cells and souls and dreams.
Billions of lives shouldn't ever do senseless wars for this world.
Okay, so I have to stop so I can be like the voice teacher for a minute. So there's a lot of soft head voice going on, and then a little bit of middle voice, and one little tiny lick. I don't hear a lot of licks, in fact. I hear a couple of little trills maybe, but not a lot of licks going on. He just seems so tormented, and I feel it when he sings. But that beautiful timbre in his voice, that airy quality, that head voicey sound, it's very warm and it's very beautiful. And so that's what he's doing. He's using a lot of head tone. He's using a lot of airy quality and a little bit of middle and one or two licks. Not a lot of tricks yet. Chest voice. They should flow with tears of life, with blood of birth they flow. Opera. Chest voice, full voice with vibrato. Back to head voice with his arm out. Oh my gosh, that voice. Is it possible to save? And the chords they're hardly closing there. They're full of air, and yet they're trying to hang on to have a tone. He's shoving so much air in there that they're hardly closing. They're hardly having a tone. And that kind of the form is mirroring the content there, right? Because is he going to save that note? Is he going to add some resistance or some push? Or is he going to let that note just teeter-totter off the edge of the cliff? It's a very vulnerable way to sing, and it is mirroring the message of the song. Wow. I didn't know this stuff was popular, except maybe at church or maybe musical theater. But even musical theater is not this dramatic and cutting and to the core. DIMASH, Fiery Grave. That's a D. And he's singing it in like a head voice, but closed chords. So there's a little more strength in those decisions. We decide to follow the light. See, and that's what's so fascinating, right? He's in this really ringy head voice, almost like a mezzo soprano. He's not leaning in too hard. He's not pushing too hard. La, but it's a very round vowel, and it's full of, rolling air and rolling vibrato with a little bit of bass in it, not much. And then all of a sudden, this guy says, I got some bass for you. And he just slams it. Learn to share again, he says. I'm taking it back so you can hear that chest voice. It's a complete switch, which I didn't know people were doing. So maybe it's only him. It's almost like somebody else came in and was singing it with him, or, like a duet, this new voice. And this is very operatic. It's very uplifting. Learn to share again. Learn to live again. Now that's save. That's a beef. And he's slamming it. Just the writing alone. I didn't know. I know that certain songwriters are like, they do, the coffee shop type thing and the folk thing. And they call out the, political stuff. And, hard rock will do that. But this is so powerful. I mean, he's not even using metaphor. He's just saying, is there time to save the earth? And because I'm getting older, sometimes I feel like, what can I do? But he's singing about it, and he's trying to get everyone together on this and saying, come on, you guys. Are we really doing this? Are we really going to let our original womb go to shit? Sorry, I keep swearing. Are we going to really let it go? And he's garnering his people, his fans. He's got 1,800,000 subscribers. And guess what he's doing with those people? He's inspiring them. He's a creativist. He's giving his gift to make the world a better place. And in this case, to save the world. I love his voice. I love how many voices he can do. But what I love is his courage. I love his courage as an artist. I love how he's using his platform to try and make things beautiful and try and save the planet. He is not selfish, is he? He's contributing his gift for the benefit of the collective, and that's a creative. And I knew I was going to be moved by him, but wow, he's so powerful, and what he's saying is so profound. Sometimes I don't want to think about it. And DIMASH says, oh no, you're going to think about it. Operatic uplift. I don't know where it's going to go after this, but the images in the screen in the back are very religious. They're iconic. Looks like the Christ in a sense. And it looks like monks in robes marching or walking through the desert like the desert fathers, like the most spiritual of those among us who have given up their lives in a solitude and prayer. So there's these images going behind us, behind him, and we can see them. And sometimes I say, in my book I say this, that artists are oftentimes the bard. The bard means the prophet. And they can get in big trouble sometimes. A comedian can be sentenced to death if they make fun of their government in certain countries. And certain artists have been thought crazy, like William Blake in the late 1700s. He said, imagination is salvation. And he was really into the church, but he was thought to be a little bit crazy. And Pierre de Talleyrand de Chardin was like a scientist who was going against the Catholic Church, and they kicked him out because he really believed in this unity and this oneness and this call to creation. And DIMASH is picking up that message and sharing it with millions. And I absolutely love that. So he is a bard. He is a shaman. He is a priest of what is the truth. I mean, most everybody's agreeing that what we used to call global warming, what we now call climate change, we are on the precipice of going to the point of no return. And I'm not smart in this regard, so I'm not going to go on and on about it. But as an artist, to pick up that cross and bear it and try and pull souls towards choosing right, towards choosing light, towards choosing love, that is a religious endeavor, and that is pretty powerful. So I can't even, I don't want to sit here and cry, but I can't even tell you the immense emotion that I have from these lyrics, from this guy, and from the responsibility that he's taking with his fans and with his voice, with his whole life. God bless him. What's he going to do now? So that is like a tribal call, right? He's using his chest voice with very little rolling vibrato. And it's not a warm tone quality that's a round vowel. It's an edge and it's a straight tone and it's primal. And that's what makes the hair on our arms stand up, is when we hear somebody in the human race call with that urgency. This is brilliant. And that is otherworldly. So he's breaking his air now. So instead of just the long straight tone, which gets us right there, then he's breaking it up, which is otherworldly. It's not done very often. And then he's using those quarter steps that we don't have in the US so much. We just have your major scale with half steps and whole steps. And he's using some quarter steps in there, and he's making it very, very religious, very like Indian with those scales. And it makes us feel ancient, an ancient humanity and an ancient like brotherhood, sisterhood, humanhood. Listen, can you believe he's doing this all with his voice? D. It's a D. It's high. Oh. Oh, that is stunning. So he gets up to the high note, which is a D, done by a guy in what sounds like chest voice. Very, very strong, very primal. Lots of ancient kind of Indian undertones and overtones, and then slams that deep voice that we're not expecting at all. It just flies in like the voice of God. Or you know what it reminds me of? The Big Bang, those oscillations that are so low that we can't hear them, but they're always there in the earth. That vibration that keeps humanity going. Wow. I got to rewind that just a hair, because that transition, that contrast, that dynamic is a shock. It's disarming. This guy's disarming. DIMASH. Here it comes. Like the God, you gotta, I love him so much. Okay, so then it got down to almost a devil speak with the greasy chords, kind of like a scary movie. And now he's lifting it back up again. He's doing gymnastics with his voice. I need to stop because this is getting long, but I'm dying to know what's going on next. So we've been going too many minutes, but I'm going to see what it's going to do next. I see him bringing us back up. And that's what you want to do in the performance, right? You want to grab your audience, and then you want to be intimate with them, grab them, then take it down. That's the downturn. And then you want to lift it back up, whether that's per song or in a book or whatever. But I don't think he wanted to leave us with that sick feeling that we had when we heard that devil sound, or that that existential feeling of you know. Here we go. And then he does that little echo. Okay, I'm going to stop it. DIMASH, once again, you outdid yourself, and I didn't have a breakdown, but I definitely reacted to this powerful call, answered the call, and maybe he can get all of us to do more than we're doing, and to care more than we care, to love more than we love, and to look at the bigger picture of our lives. Thank you for joining me. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Thank you, DIMASH. I'm Rene Urbanovich. Bye-bye.